What's up? What's up? What's up? How are you doing? Bob Beckett into hizzy for shizzy. You know what I'm saying? Oh, wow, guys. Sorry, building another indicator. I've been building stuff. I've been building stuff nonstop. And a lot of times when you see this, it's like the guts of something I'm working on. You know what I mean? How do I make this bigger? Just gonna let people come in. Let me see here. Let's see if this is correct now. It's a little off. Let me make it a little bit less. It's definitely not going to work. What is this so tall today? Let me see. I hate how I have to switch this up every dang day. Okay, here we go. Meant to do it before the stream. Honestly, wasn't even going to trade today because I did so good this week and I was just going to take the day off. And I'm like, you know what? Let me just jump on. Screw it. I'm feeling good today. Life is good. God is good. I feel like I took enough of a break last week with 4th of July and all, even though, I mean, I still even traded on Friday. It's okay. Let me see here. All right, let me check to make sure the live is working. That'd be nice. Might just be by myself. There you guys are. I'm going to go and do me a favor. When you come in here, make sure to hit the like button, comment, say what's up. If you want to share this with your friends, that'd be cool. Trying to go live every day between 2:30 to 3:15 for my members only. We've been catching these big moves. Last couple days been kind of quiet because I think it's because it was the week after, you know, week after a holiday in the middle of summer. But we still be catching these, you know what I mean? Let me push this out because I know people still. Some people are new. Like I always forget. Like I have new people coming in every day, and I forget to push it out to the people, and then they're like, "I thought you were streaming live," and I'm like, "I am live. What do you mean?" And then they're like, "Oh, you have to." I just assume people know how to get here. You know what I mean? I just assume it. It's just like horrible. Uh, there we go. Pushed it out. One more. We'll see if we can catch a nice buy. It's pushing away. Oh my gosh, I've been going crazy with some stuff, guys. It's freaking me out, and I can't even talk about it on the YouTube stream. It's gonna be for members only. Stuff I've been working on for a while, and it's blowing my mind every day. It's almost unrealistic. It's like, how is that even a possibility that that's real? Things that are just gonna make people a lot more money. That's at the end of the day. I'm not a financial advisor. Just saying. Just very excited to add it in. Just put it in one more spot. I may stay live in here today. Nah, I'm gonna go. I still got to go to my people's members only. Just depends on the day. If it's really crap, then whatever. I think we're about to be buying here though. All right, I just posted that, and now I'm gonna check you guys out. What up? How you doing? They say July is the slowest of trading months. Yeah, it is. You got to be really patient. What's up, Paul? How you doing, buddy? How did everybody trade this morning? My daughters just came. They've been gone at a church camp for 5 days, and she just showed her face. There you go. See, that's what I'm saying. Slow is way better. Like, I'm telling you. Everybody's like trying to chase this rush, you know, of like getting things past fast, but they realize if they realize like the slower the market is, the more like they mind like little order blocks and stuff, you know. We might be selling from here actually. So here's the hour block above. And here's an hour block below. It's a big block, so I'm going to go to 15. I'm going to mark this up. And honestly, it may aim back down to here. I'm not kidding. If we get a break. Otherwise, I'm going to buy. So I'm going to buy till you can't buy anymore. So here's the 5-minute block. Oh, that's 15. My bad. Here's a 5-minute block. It is building liquidity to the upside. So here's how this looks, okay, for me. It looks like I could look for buys here off this 5-minute block, off the one, or look for it to close under here and look to sell down to here. And if you line it up correctly, it's probably come for this liquidity, if it has enough volume to do that. Be a good target. So it's either playing off this or this. That's the move for the day. What's up, George? Good to see you, buddy. 1 hour blocks. Okay, so this is one of those days where it's just a huge block. Get rid of these two. The block's actually right here, so I might as well just make it that. There you go. 15 wasn't that much better. So hour block there. Other hour block above is right here. It's never closed above. So, with that said, we have liquidity to the upside. I like to look at it on the one because it looks cooler. Liquidity build up. Well, a breaker block is just a block that... I'm not a huge breaker block fan, to be honest with you, because I see them get torn through. But a breaker block is essentially... that was a block here. This one right here broke that structure, and it comes back into here. That's not my like favorite move. An order block is just essentially an area where there's like lots of orders that take place. Usually above and below fair value, meaning it needs to get back into balance a lot of times. It's a it's a so like if a breaker like a breaker block is an old block. Let's say it was, well, that's this. Okay. So it broke here. To my understanding, I never really traded them. I never looked at it like this. Um, but it would close under here, come back, and this was the old block, and then it comes back down. An order block that I like is an area like, all right, this area never was closed above, but it also came down and broke and created a lower low. So it's a strong area, right? This was a block to this wick. I guess it would be this block, but that's too messy, so I'm just going to keep it easy, okay? But this area was never closed above. Once I get a break of structure, this technically isn't a break of structure right here. This is just a higher high. Once I get a break of structure down here, and this is where a lot of people get confused. I have a lower low, and then I broke a structure. This is an internal structure. This is an external structure because this is the lowest high. Everything in the middle didn't really matter, but I will take these as a higher high. So that's just first sign of weakness. So we had a close right here, and this was the lowest low. This created the higher high, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, right? I'll take this as a block. They're more supply and demand areas, right? But I'll treat this as a block as long as this broke last. So there's no external lows broken. There's no external lows broken to create a lower low. So I'm counting these as blocks all the way up. So this would have been a block right here. This would have been a block right here. See how it played off of it? This is a block right here. That was a block right here that played off of it. This was a block right here. I call that a Beckett block because it's green. It's not red, and it's lower than this. Those are hidden. I named it because nobody else does that. Trust me. Trust. So this came up, came back down, closed, came back up, came back, closed. Yeah, so that's the move. Does that make sense, Fred? Full port Friday? Should we just go all in, buddy? All right, we're coming down to the 1 minute on the 5 minute block on the 1 minute. Let's see if we can get a move. So again, this is, it's either that or this. I'm going to go with the buy first because I have a rule in place. Buy until you can't buy anymore. That means you could potentially lose because we're in a sell block. So there's two things you could do here. You could just be okay with losing. Hold on a second. You could be okay with losing and risk accordingly. Okay. Because here's what you got to understand, guys. You got to understand risk reward. You got to stop getting addicted to the win rate. Okay. So like, let's say you lose this one. It's just such a silly thing. I mean, I understand it sucks to feel like the feeling, especially if you're not profiting yet. But this is probably why you're not profiting yet, because of when you lose one, you get so negative in your head that it weighs like 1,000 pounds. But you're focusing on the wrong thing, is what I'm trying to say. You're focusing on the wrong thing. You got to focus on the baskets of trades and then risk accordingly. So a lot of you guys are risking too much and you're wondering why you're so negative. Okay, so like if you lose this one, that's -1. If we find a way to get in here and it comes down here to where I think it can go, that's +582. So that's +482. The other issue that I see you guys do is you'll try to make up for your loss with another bad trade. So you'll take an A+ setup that loses. There's such thing as an A+ setup that loses. And you get used to liking that. You're like, oh, well, at least I lost with an A+ setup. There was three. I lost 3 trades in one day. I didn't trade the next day at all. And they were all 3 A+ setups. I felt zero regret. This happened this week. This week, I think it was Monday. I lost all 3 trades. I was about to get a nice big payout. I didn't freak out and take 3 bad trades. There were 3 really good trades. And sometimes you're going to have that. And what I do is when I lose that bad, and I'll just take a break the next day on my funded. Maybe I'll just trade an eval just to get the bug out, you know? And then you go right back to just trading your A+ setups. Yeah, there you go. See, there you go, George. So like the common thing you want to do in your head is, well, I just lost time. So I lost time. I have to start all over again. I might as well just blow the account and start it back so I can gain time back. Buy another account and start fresh, and then you lose the next one because you're feeling like a loser from the last one. It's this downward spiral that everybody goes through. I've met really not that many people that don't go through it, and everybody's the same way until they just snap out of it. They'll feel sorry for themselves. They go through this little battle in their head. I'll try to help them. I'll try to help them. Sometimes they hate me for a little bit. I'm not even kidding you. It's pretty wild. They'll like go off on me, all this stuff. Then they chill out. They realize, oh crap, all I had to do is just listen. And it's hard. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm not saying you should just like trust me and then oh okay, and then you don't care anymore. No, you're gonna care until you don't. And it's like that again. I always say this analogy of like the martial artists that kick a tree over and over and over again with their shin, and eventually they just don't feel their shin anymore. You know, they don't care. It doesn't hurt them. Now they could kick the tree. They could probably kick the tree down. I don't know about that strong, but you know. Dang it. Put this water in. Yeah, yes. I don't know if you're talking about the same thing, but some, you know, it'll be some amazing people, military, disciplined, and you probably think I'm talking about you, but it's very common. It's super disciplined, awesome, amazing people where they're used to just, I follow these directions and it works. But they got to understand it's not the setup, it's in their mind. It's not the foo-foo kind either, not like the whole like if you believe harder it'll work. They're not realizing the mental side of it yet, and it's something they got to go through. And they can't give up either. Like they think they're going to be able to give up and switch. No, because they're not losers. At the end of the day, they're not losers. Most traders I know that last more than a month, they're usually they're like winners in real life. Like they're used to winning at stuff and like being successful in different areas, like best in their careers and stuff, but they're not used to getting a beat down. But they enjoy this, they enjoy the challenge whether they like it or not. At the end of the day, they want to conquer it, and they refuse to fail even if they sound like they're going to. Like, and they usually come back and they'll let it kill them before it ends up beating them, you know. That's it. Well, I'd say if they last 3 months, if they actually are here every day for 3 months. If there's a lot of people that jump in thinking, "Oh, I'm going to be rich. This is so easy. I don't know what's wrong with people," and then reality hits, and it's like, "Oh, there's an exceptional few." Like Brian Londo, he was like real quick. I ain't playing. Like he thinks he probably took forever. He was like a overnight. Yeah, see, that's you know, and I'm kind of that way with options right now. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah. Good old patience, right? 3 o'clock should do something. Hopefully. Come on, 3 o'clock. Push down now. Come on, go. Do your thing. Do your thing. Come down here. I'm gonna circle. I'm gonna circle the area it needs to go to. Come on down. Oh, there's actually something else I wanted to look at here. Okay, got a little push there. Let's see. It did touch here. Let me look at this again. Unfortunately, that's the highest high. It would need to like, because this isn't a structure to break, so I'm not believing this, you know? I guess it did invert this. So I guess if we can get above this line and pull back, maybe I'll buy from there. Yeah, chat, maybe I'll do that. Like something like that. That's as closest to a break without being a break that you could possibly have. So it did come down to the 5 minute and touched it. Pushed up, inverted. That would be my normal entry on the one. Let's see what the one did. I would have been in right here if I was on. It would have been like that. So I'd have been going sideways, but I would have been really mindful of this liquidity line. So this could be rocketing. So it might be something like this. Because see how it's leaving like a little FEG here, potentially, if it pushes up. So then I could take the rejection of that. Heck, I'll even do like a small, maybe a 15 pointer. That'd be Solomon. Let's even risk 100 just for fun. 90, 150, 5 micro. That's if I get a 15-point stop right here. Let me load it up. Come on back down. Don't you leave without me, boy. What you doing? Oh, that's really dumb. Shoot. I wanted it to get more of this. We got to close above. This is really crap. It's okay, though. But that would have been my normal entry. It would be right there. I would have been in right there. 24 points. This line was just hesitating on this, and I thought maybe it's going to drop lower. So I played the safe move, so I don't feel bad. Trader. Um, All right, guys. So we got this now. I don't like that it closed a wick right here, though. That's so it looks like it just grabbed liquidity. Still think it might sell off. I would rather it sell off than go from here to here because that move should be pretty strong. I really feel like it should dump down to here. So all this really did was build a better case for me because it took this liquidity, wicked it, didn't close. Um, it's probably going to be one of those like afternoon, end of day, like smash downs, like take out liquidity before the week's end kind of thing. I could be wrong. Could be a move back to fair value, which could be just right here, which would be this block, which would be perfect. That could be a great TP. This trade would have worked out if we did it, man. Sorry about all the squigglies. That's my ADHD. All the squigglies. Back in the day, who's been around long enough that you would see me like I would just kind of zone out and I'd be like drawing. I'd be like, oh. I used to do what I would call trade and pray. I got really good at drawing crosses. I'd be sitting here and I'd be like, even got the shadowing down with the trading view. Oh, I was a lot better at it. If you guys want like, oops. Man, why are you messing? What is that even? I didn't even know you could do that. Jeez. Come on. When you're sitting on the chart this long, you can become an artist. You didn't even know it. It comes with many benefits. All right, this is the move, guys. All right, we're gonna look for buy right here. I don't want to buy, but I'm gonna buy. Okay, so just know that this is not like my favorite setup. Okay, so hold up, hold up. Where's Christina? Every time I do that, I think of her. Just gonna grab this whole little zone because those are little tiny ones. Let's see, mag. That's a green block. Hopefully it goes down further. I want it to drop. As of right now, there's only one entry for me. Well, two. If it comes down here, I'll look for a sell. If it comes up here, it closes, I'll buy, right? But again, this is like a B setup for me. So I'm going to risk low. So 16 points. I'll still risk 5. Got to make sure this is copy trading this time, wealth charts. I went and took this trade today, or it was yesterday, 1500. I thought it copied over. Nope. That was just another lesson learned, I guess. Okay, here we go. Got to wait 40 more seconds before I make a decision there. FOMO no mo. Again, it's a B setup. 15 seconds, see if it closes above. Five, four, three, two. I don't like that. I want to see a good close. Hold up. If it goes back up here, I'm getting in right away. Oh, I almost pushed it too. And it's got to go above that wick, and I'll get in before close. Little things I do that you can't just like. I can't do a lesson on that. You know what I mean? All right, filled this. So if it comes back up here, I'll get in even without close. But like to me, this just wasn't a good enough close. This again, this is a subjective thing. So you're gonna be like, see, Bob, I'm going to the face tag guy because you said above close and I got in and now I'm losing. Well, I wanted to see like a and I didn't like how it just kind of rejected right there, you know? And then I said my other way of moving is if it did close like that, pulls back, fills, and comes back up without close, I get in. So it kind of proves somewhat momentum. So still right now, if it comes back up here, I'll get in. But that's just one extra little umph thing that I do. In fact, I'm going to put a buy stop right there. That's how confident I am in that. So I put a buy stop directly right here. Because it filled this. It did close above that. I just didn't love the close, right? So we're not missing out on anything. It's just a little bit, makes the stop like 1 point bigger, okay? If it goes up there. We wick this. I'm still Look, it even filled this, so still have a buy stop here. Actually, at this point, okay, at this point, I'm changing my mind. I'm going to take my buy stop off. I'm going to put my stop here. I'm going to make it 24 points. Let me calculate it. Look, I'm a big boy. I still calculate things. 3 micros, so I'm going to change it. I'm taking my buy stops off. And I'm going to wait for an actual close again. Why? Because I created a lower low, right? What I want to happen, like I said, what I want to happen is this to come down here and freaking take this out and close, right? Now it's looking like it's building more liquidity to take out potentially by 4 something. I'm going to call it. I'm going to say by 4:15. That way, if it happens, I look really cool and smart. And then I make more money because people buy my stuff. Oh boy. I still think it should drop. There's one main reason that I can't like share with you guys that I think it should. Not on this call. By the way, it's 3:19. I got to go live on my members only. So if you're not a member yet, this is your moment to join. You go to school.com/Solomon select. Okay. You get 36 plus live trading sessions plus my indicator PulseX Premium Whale Edition, which basically allows you to see behind the candles what they're doing. It's not just your normal tape. It's actually taking in the count of all the averages and uses my calculation, my formula, to come up with what I call an emergency order. So it's one extra confluence that really changes the game for a lot of people. It also gives really awesome TPs and directional bias. And you can see right here, it hit all these, right? These were pre-put on the screen. I don't even think people use these like how they should be, probably because I didn't teach it properly. I'm gonna be honest. There's so much I want to get to. I know I suck. There's so much I want to do and get to, but it's just not enough time in the day. I was up till 6 in the morning last night. All right, so 9:30 hits. Boom. So 87% chance of hitting that, and it did. That was 74.6 points. 79% chance of hitting that. 69% chance of hitting that. Boom. Boom. And then we have this TP here, which that's not part of that calculation. Hit that one. Now we're up in this zone and potentially maybe dropping now. So we'll see. So I'm going to set up the zoom. Anyways, jump on there. You get access to the syndicator. You get access to our 315 calls and 36 plus live trading sessions per month. My community, all that for $297 a month. We go ahead and put that link in there. We had multiple people join yesterday. Put an alert right there. And if you're just tuning in, make sure you hit the subscribe button to my YouTube so you get the notifications live every day. Now I got to find it. There we are. Nice. I'm just now catching up on you. Man, that was high, was taken. It was hard to take the buy from me. Yeah. Nice, Big Eddie. Good job, man. All right, so I pinned it. You guys can join if you want. I expect this to drop down here by 4:15. I could be wrong. If I call it and I'm right, it's like, oh my gosh, you're amazing. No, that's not why I do it. All right. All right, webinar. Let me make this call real quick. Schedule live members only with Bob Beckett. On schedule, copy. Everybody's probably freaking out already. I know Smitty is. I know that. I know that for a fact. Smitty is like, what the heck, Bob? You're sitting here on YouTube again. I hate looking at YouTube. All right, there we go. She's about to tank, I think. She needs to go back into balance, fam. Oops. Just realized something. If you knew that, Bob, why wouldn't you get in now? These are kind of things you hear all the time. If you know it's going to dump so why wouldn't you just get in? And by the way, you don't do that. But anyways, you see how this says 5.54 million? You get access to this indicator. And it does way more than just this, but once you get confluence of a break of low of structure, like right here, maybe, I'd rather this one be it, but whatever. If you get a close below there and a 5.47 million after the close, that means you have millions and millions of dollars behind your position. It's usually a lot higher than that emergency. All right, cool. All right, going live, guys. Again, here's the link, school.com/Solomon-select. See you guys on the inside. Thank you so much for hanging out. I'll see you guys Monday on YouTube. God bless. Take care. Beckett out. Peace.